The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is a long-standing dispute between Israelis and Palestinians over land, borders, and national identity. It can be traced back to the late 19th century when Jewish and Arab nationalist movements emerged in the area. In the early 20th century, with British colonial rule in place, tensions increased as Jewish immigrants sought to establish their own state in historical Palestine, while Arab Palestinians opposed this idea. The United Nations proposed a partition plan in 1947 which called for the creation of separate Jewish and Arab states. While the Jewish leadership accepted this plan, Arab countries rejected it, leading to a war in 1948 known as the Israeli War of Independence. Israel declared independence and defeated Arab forces, occupying more land than originally allocated to it under the partition plan. From that point on, there were several wars and conflicts between Israel and its neighboring Arab countries. The 1967 Six-Day War was particularly significant, resulting in Israel occupying the West Bank, the Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem. This occupation led to the displacement of Palestinians and the establishment of Israeli settlements on Palestinian land. Over the years, there have been multiple attempts to negotiate a resolution to the conflict, including the Oslo Accords in the 1990s, which established the Palestinian Authority to govern limited areas of the West Bank and Gaza Strip. However, the peace process has faced numerous obstacles, such as disagreements over borders, settlements, security, and the status of Jerusalem. The conflict also involves issues of human rights abuses, security concerns, and differing narratives of history and national identity. Both Israelis and Palestinians have suffered from acts of violence, including terror attacks, military operations, and conflicts between armed groups. Efforts to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict continue through diplomatic negotiations, but a comprehensive, peaceful resolution has not yet been achieved. The Israel conflict has lasted for a long time due to a combination of historical, political, and religious factors. Here are some key reasons why the conflict has been protracted. Historical context. The conflict has roots dating back to the late 19th century when Zionist Jews sought to establish a Jewish homeland in Palestine, which had a significant Arab population. The migration of Jews to Palestine intensified after the Holocaust, leading to tensions with the Arab residents. This historical backdrop of competing narratives and claims to the same land has shaped the ongoing conflict. Territory and borders. The disputed territories of the West Bank, Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem have been a major source of contention between Israel and the Palestinians. Both sides have varying territorial demands and aspirations, leading to an impasse over the establishment of borders and the control of land. Security concerns. Israel, having experienced a number of wars and terrorist attacks, places great emphasis on its security. Over the years, the conflict has been marked by violence, including suicide bombings, missile attacks, and armed clashes. This has created a cycle of retaliation and heightened mistrust, making it difficult to achieve lasting peace. Political complexities. The conflict is influenced by both domestic and international politics. Within Israel, different political parties and factions have differing approaches towards resolving the conflict. Likewise, Palestinian political divisions and disagreements have hindered a unified strategy. Additionally, the involvement of external actors, such as the United States and regional powers, adds another layer of complexity to the conflict. Religion and identity. The conflict is intertwined with religious and national identities. Jerusalem, in particular, holds great religious significance for Jews, Muslims, and Christians. Competing claims and desires to control religious sites have exacerbated tensions and made it challenging to find mutually acceptable solutions. Lack of trust and failed negotiations. Numerous peace initiatives, negotiations, and agreements have been attempted over the years, but many have failed to bring about a lasting resolution. Deep-seated distrust, historical grievances, and perceived unmet promises have often derailed peace efforts, leading to a recurring cycle of violence and reprisals. International involvement. The conflict has garnered significant attention globally, with various international actors seeking to mediate and influence its outcome. However, differing international perspectives and interests have often hindered consensus and led to competing proposed solutions, further prolonging the resolution process. Overall, the complex mix of historical, political, and religious factors, coupled with ongoing security concerns, make the Israel conflict highly protracted and challenging to resolve.